wireless CarPlay, so I don't have to plug in the phone anymore. So right here for this one, I'm just gonna use it to charge it up. Cause it's been so hot, so it's been overheating when I charge it and plug it in. All right, let's see what it wants to do. We'll find out right now. Oh shit. 3 hours, guys. This is gonna be crazy. Oh, dude, come on, man. Alright, guys, wish me luck. Always late. I was supposed to leave in the morning and just fucking 3 hours went by. Woke up like at 9:30, then I woke up like at 10 something, and ow, before you know it, now it's what time is it? 1:22. Okay, so 3 hours just lost. I asked my grandpa if he needed anything. My mom made me something to eat. I mean, I did kind of pack really, really light and really, really fast. And I went to the bank, of course, because I could have done it yesterday. Heavier traffic than usual. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Thanks. Don't worry, I probably could get there sooner because, the carpool. And I might see if I could take the tolls. Hey, how's it going? Shout out to Greg Brown. Greg Brown, guys. Greg Brown in the comments. Please shout out. Give him a like, follow. We got 3 viewers right now. I love it. All right. So I haven't been hitting my goals as far as the hours go, but I did on Kick. Follow me on Kick at CyberJ. XYBERJAE. You already know. Twitch, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, obviously, and X. Go ahead, hit me up on X. I'm just gonna take the stop sign. Who cares? Yeah, so I got the Hangout Award. Like, you get like a Hangout Award if you do. One of them was like 20 or 25 hours. One of them was 10. So I hit that, but regardless, it goes back down, and I didn't know that. So I was like, oh, dude, like I went off, like I didn't go live because I thought I hit it, but apparently if you don't go back online on Kick, that goes down. So like, you know, whatever you did, like, is going down. Like, it won't count anymore. They do it so that you'll be online. It's not like YouTube. So I said, well, if that's gonna happen, like, dude, like I'm gonna need 2 phones, you know, to go live on both. So yeah, I looked up, you know, the 4,000 hours rule. I would have to be live for 17 days, 11 hours a day, because you can't do 12 or more. YouTube cuts you off. They have that rule where apparently after 12 hours, like whatever you did won't count. It'll be like you wasted a whole day. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just take the phone with me, freaking buy a tripod, you know, have it on while I work out, all of that. I hate to be that guy, but man, what choice do I have if I want to monetize? Why are you slowing down on a freeway, dude? That's the most dangerous thing you could do. Oh, of course. I'm not gonna say what race it was, but you already know. So why did I go on live on YouTube with the Android? Okay, so not sure if you guys heard, but I bought a wireless CarPlay, which I'm gonna post so I can get money out of it. You know, the affiliate marketing. It works. I don't need to plug in anymore. So I figured, like, oh, thank you for the likes. Shout out to you for the likes. So I figured, okay, because it's been hot and my phone's been overheating. So, you know, I can't do Uber, I can't go live, nothing, because the temperature overheats on the iPhone a lot, but not in the Android. So I said, I'll just go live on the Android, whatever. And if I have to plug in, I'll plug in. I mean, it doesn't matter. However, with the iPhone, I'll cool it down. I'll just use it for texting. If I get another thing right here, I can maybe put it over here somewhere. And I'll just put one of the phones for Kick or YouTube. What am I saying? Yeah, so like what I'm pretty much trying to say is the wireless charger, so I don't have all these cables all over the place. At least one of the phones will be wireless. I love it. We hooked up. David Davio. Oh, we did? Where did we hook up? I don't know who that is. Let me see. All right, guys. Without further ado, the music. You came for the music? Here we go.
I can't believe that I'm saying this, but if you are a Spider-Man fan, more specifically of Andrew Garfield's Stop Scrolling, because in 2026 we just got brand new, never seen before footage from The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Let me show you. So a brand new documentary called Generations, The Evolution of Spider-Man has just dropped on Disney Plus in some countries, not all of it, but in it, it explored Spider-Man and every actor who's played him, and they gave us brand new, never seen before footage of when Andrew Garfield found out that he was playing Spider-Man, and watch how sweet this is.
The shoes that had to be filled, enormous, and the casting of that character.
Wow.
You can't tell me that's not.
Wow, that was bittersweet. Okay, let me see. Alright, so we got, I think, let me see if I can go on YouTube on this phone, but on my account. See, I was using that for the Android, but again, you know, because of the overheating and because I need the phone and I keep getting calls, it kept interrupting the YouTube. We're also going to listen to some Tucker Carlson, guys.
I didn't do nothing, mama. Don't do that to me.
Walking through TJ. We're gonna put Cyberpunk Synthwave, guys. Or we could listen to Frequency or Weightlessness to support the homies. Well, look, this one I was almost done. Dark Cyberpunk Remix. Apparently I was almost done with this one.
And even the top competitors in their space. If you want to see how they stack up against their competitors, all you do is add them here. And you get a full breakdown starting from their traffic, exactly how much they're spending.
There's a Lucid in front of me. I hope he lasts long. Alright, this is only going to be 10 minutes to finish it. Got my free refill, Tacos Gavilan. But then I'm going to throw it out and then get a Jack in the Box refill. before it's down. My dream car is right in front of me, the Lucid. Come on, man. Can you guys hear okay? Shout out to Carla de los Santos. Woo! Wow, that sounds good. Let's do that again. Oh, it says a Tron sound. Lucid's driving out of control. He almost hit that Honda Civic. Oh my god, this sounds amazing. Whatever section this is, it's beautiful.
I'm able to really focus primarily on the conversation itself. My name is Michael Presto.
All right. So, sorry, I was thinking about Christopher Nolan. We should do a Christopher Nolan synthwave. The only problem is that he copyrights everything. Let me see. Frequency. Let's see. Oh, that's right. He came out with some new stuff. Upcoming. Frequency. Doze. DOZE. Oh, I forgot to shave. Oh, shit.
I built an app that rewires my brain every day using a neuroscience-based technique. There is a method that helps you
Shut up. Frequency. Kerberos. Oh, and Kerberos. And this is Cicerone. The song is called Cicerone. Or Cicerone. He's playing Scenes from Dune. helps me. Like, I'm trying to figure out how I could get the YouTube to work at home and stream there too.
I personally am a very heavy user of similar web. It feels like whenever I go into meetings with clients, I
Shut up, foreigner. careful, guys. Give us some juice.
Get more crypto for your cash and set up recurring buys starting at just $1. Get started today.
Just a minute,
The you know who's are always telling us that we are the bad guys, and they try to silence us, but what about them? The algorithm never gets them, only us.
These are in my car. I can have one. And so I asked my team to do a review of all the
a better Pomodoro timer that takes over your screen and slowly reveals a real painting from the mat every time.
websites your competitors don't want you to know are free.
All you do is go to SimilarWeb, and it lets you find out exactly how much your competitors are.
Wow, this is when frequency and weightlessness collab together, and how I found out about them. This song is called Horizons. Should have had my Cyberpunk mask. That melody. Guy's taking up all the fucking lanes, bro. Yes. Oh man. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh man. Oh man. Good thing I was on this side. Cop would have gotten me. There was a cop. 2022, make a wish.
You estimated at one point that the cost of the war in Iran was $29 billion. Do you have a new estimate about what the war has cost us so far in this, the 5th month of the first year of this war in Iran?
Senator, the estimate we have as of today is $37.5 billion.
That represents the cost of the war through what period of time?
But we can't afford rent or student loans or gas or healthcare or air. Holy shit, bro. So what do we get out of this again?
Aspects of it.
Get down to land.
Mark?
Get down to lay on the floor. Do it now. Oh, right now. Get on the ground, lay on your stomach, do it now.
Wow, someone was stabbed?
You're gonna get top it. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now. Like you're
You got something long in this bucket? Yeah, I got a knife here.
Get down and lay on the floor. Do it now.
Yo, shout out to Niger for, launching Niger Air. However, it...
I had a dream I could find my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spit that on the neck.
Yo,
Get down. Oh, right now. I had a dream I could.
I'm simply saying that.
Can you guess the top 10 most common last names in
Garcia.
Mexico?
Stop scrolling because
Hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga. Leave you stankin', nigga. Go hard in the motherfucking paint, nigga. Leave you stankin', nigga.
I'm.
Yo,
Get down and lay on the floor. Do it now. Go right now. Get on the ground, lay on your stomach. Do it now. You're gonna get dog bit. Put your hands behind your back. Do it now. Or you gonna get dog bit.
shout out to Nigel.
Stop scroll.
On tonight's episode.
You get $50 million, you get to be chased by a fictional villain for 24 hours straight. Who are you picking? You get $50 million, you get to be chased by a fictional villain for 24 hours straight. Who are you picking?
Mr. Chair, welcome to the Republican...
You're being recorded. What's up? I'm here to do my job. This is feller.
You are in the way, sir.
I'm in the way.
Sir?
I'm delivering gasoline, man. You can just swing at me.
You can do your fucking job better. Not that hard. You're being recorded, you fucking cunt.
I'm here to deliver my load. What's going on?
Oh, David! We have to go! I want to go see my godkids! This is bullshit!
Wow.
Get ready to see the stupidest. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. I want to make a video out of this.
my question is that, would you...
Crazy, they've done this so many times. They were all in on it.
A new reaction tonight from California Attorney General Rob Bonta.
The world has America distracted so that we won't grow and produce and advance as a nation, so that other nations can advance first. This is why we are behind, because we are too busy fighting all these pointless wars for other people.
Get him recording it. Shit, what'd you say? Say it to my face.
I say fuck you.
Fuck you what?
No, you motherfucker. I fuck you.
Yes, fuck you too. Come out of the car. Yeah? Yeah? What's your license plate, buddy? Yeah, I got you.
Go ahead and do it.
Do what?
Go ahead and massacre.
I got it. You're a real anti-Semite. Yes. Get him recording it. Shit, what'd you say? Say it to my face.
I say fuck you.
Fuck you what?
No, you motherfucker. I fuck you.
Yes, fuck you too. Come out of the car. Yeah? Yeah? What's your license plate, buddy?
What's your license plate? We'll take a picture of it. What the fuck?
Yeah, I got your license plate.
Go ahead and do it.
Do what?
Go ahead and massacre.
I got it. You're a real anti-Semite. Yes. Get him recording it. Shit, what'd you say? Say it to my face.
I say fuck you.
Fuck you what?
No, you motherfucker. I fuck you.
Let's see what this guy has to say.
Just because you know where I'm at, your bitch ass ain't even gonna pull up. Probably even out of state.
Maybe not me, but someone else can. Desmo. Pretty cool. I'll subscribe. Anything Cyberpunk, I'll subscribe.
Easily create and send invoices when they've been viewed and get notified when you're paid. Anytime, anywhere.
100% fiber internet. Powered by the speed of light, made for doing. And now get this amazing deal before it's gone. Switch to ultra-fast, reliable, 100%.
Another decibel. Cook. Bitch. Sending voice. My mom is AI. Okay. Okay. ghost.
It's crazy to think that we're already.
Because they know they won't pay and lose their homes, causing a housing crisis. That's what they want. This is literally Bush Jr. post 9/11, post Iraq War all over again. Sounds rough, bro. You make less than that DJing. How old are you still DJing for little clubs?
Be right, baby. Oh, yes, sirree. Fantastic shot. We won't see many.
Waking each morning, I'll carry this light. Waking each morning, I'll carry this light. Wake.
I'm not sure why it's not working. I think because I'm private, but it should have let you reshare it. And let me guess, the pay is not that good.
Closeted gay mafia, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you seen, speaking of that, I say that Trump is now in his deathbed confession.
But by the way, like for Lindsey Graham, like everybody knows that Lindsey Graham was gay.
Right.
And I don't like, I don't have I really had, and I liked Lindsey Graham when I was a kid, but everybody knew that he was gay.
Right.
And, but we still kind of like talk about it on like CNN, like, well, then and again, the only reason it's relevant is because of the fact that they seem to do everything that they possibly can to take out their inability to know and live their true life on everybody else. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody knows there is like this closeted gay mafia, largely Republican, that exists in Washington, D.C., and everybody knows every single one of them who's gay. And so and what I believe, the only reason that is relevant is because I believe that internal conflict creates so much vitriol inside a person that they take it out on the rest of the world. And they do. And so what they do is their whole lives, they've been closeted. And so you have this like black ball inside yourself. This like blackened heart by the fact that you can't be who you want to be. And so you take it out on everybody else. And these men, largely men, have done exactly that. And everybody knows everybody knows.
Does Newsom know that he's about to go to prison, him and his wife, because his moves lately have suggested that he knows he has something to hide? He just... higher.
We need one episode of Tucker at least.
Where is the West? You
First, they take a look at the total traffic and market share for all of the players in my space to see who is gaining ground. Then I compare our media mix.
If you don't run, who do you genuinely trust to get America out of the hole that it's in? So this is the question that I want to ask you, and it's...
I mean, I have no plan. The last thing I would ever want to do is run for office of any kind, much less president, right? It also seems a little bit ridiculous having never run for office. I think I'd like to be president. Like, the whole thing I don't like and have no plans to do it. I just want to be super clear about that. Who would be good? I mean, there are a lot of people I really like. That's not true. There are not a lot. There are some. But really, I think what we need is not necessarily a genius. We need an incredibly brave person who's willing to give up his life for this country. That's just a prerequisite to leadership. Every leader should be willing to give up his life for this country, period. We have very few of those. We need one. And we need someone who can basically just think clearly about our own country for once. I mean, I always think to myself, it's like parenthood. What makes a good parent? Deep knowledge of parenting techniques? No. You know, we had kids at 25. I didn't know anything about parenting techniques. I didn't grow up in an intact family. I had no idea. And our kids turned out well, really, mostly because of my wife, but really just because we just loved our kids. That's it. And if you love your children, they'll do pretty well. They're not perfect. Nothing's perfect, but they'll do well. They're probably not going to wind up working in a strip bar addicted to fentanyl if you really love them. So probably not. And our leaders are exactly the same, because a country is not that different from a family in the way that it's structured and in the way that it works. And it works when its leaders love it. And we don't have leaders who love this country. We have leaders who, if things get bad, will flee somewhere else. We have a lot of dual passport holders. We should have zero. No one in America should have two passports. What? If you can leave if things get bad, then how committed are you? You're not committed at all. You've got a reserve chute. You can't have any reserve chutes. And I've said that multiple times, and of course that's anti-Semitic too. Anti-Semitic. But I'm not an anti-Semite in the slightest, and I'm not just talking about Israel. I mean any dual passport. The whole thing is crazy. Why would you ever allow that? And if someone's in leadership, in political leadership, military, any form of leadership, that is unacceptable, because of course they're not all in. You need leaders who are lashing themselves to the max, who will go down with the ship, who see their own fates as totally intertwined with the fate of the country. And we don't have that. And trust me, it's obvious. They don't really care. And so if you've got, people dropping dead left and right of injuries from the COVID vaccine, and we have that, there's no effort to help them or even figure out what this is. There's no one's apologized for that, because they don't care about the population. So I guess what I'm saying is, you just need a leader who really loves the country. And he'll make stupid mistakes, because people do that. But over time, the country will get better if its leadership really cares. That's it. That's all I want. It's all I want.
It's simple. Trump said it, America first, but he's not enforcing it. So that's what you need someone who puts America first.
Just the opposite.
And definitely, speaking of what you were saying, not just dual passport holders, you don't want them. You also want people who have served time in a foreign army, as is the case with a number of people in Congress who have served time in the IDF. But I wanted to ask you, what about Thomas Massey then?
No, I love Massey.
People are throwing his name
I
around.
have no idea.
Would you support him? Would you back him?
Well, obviously. I mean, I just think he's a friend of mine. I admire him. He embodies attitudes that I thought defined our country. Decency, honesty, principle, self-reliance. All four of his children are happily married and love and respect him. That's another thing. I just have to say it. If your wife and children don't respect you, why would I vote for you? I don't know. The people who know you best have found you wanting. You haven't been a good father. Why would you be a good president? I don't understand. I've never understood that. And so I would never, again, vote for someone whose wife, particularly his wife, and kids didn't respect him, ever.
Clear. Now, I want to touch upon a subject that's personal to me. I always make it a point, whoever my guest is, to talk, even briefly, about my fatherland, Lebanon. So I want us to briefly touch upon it, if you want also. Lebanon. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I know you visited, but Lebanon remains still under attack despite the agreement signed between the Lebanese government and Israel, because we're still seeing daily footage, most of it released by Israeli accounts themselves. They gloat about it, don't care. Impunity. The footage shows villages in South Lebanon being systematically demolished through controlled detonations, with reports even that the military units are even incentivized based on how many buildings they level every day. And according to figures from Reuters, the WHO, Lebanese Ministry of Health, by the end of June, more than 4,000 people had been killed, over 12,000 wounded, 130 healthcare workers, and a significant number of journalists killed, while the WHO documented 203 attacks on healthcare facilities. And despite the agreement of 27th of June, they are still performing drone attacks, and it's very important, they are leveling villages in the south of Lebanon. They have completely obliterated them from the map. Around 60 villages of South Lebanon no longer exist. They've been Gazified. I don't know if you've seen images. It's horrific what's happening.
Yeah, I'm very aware of it. And I'm very aware of the consequences for the United States on many levels. I mean, we are in the U.S. still actively talking about what the Germans did in Poland and Czechoslovakia 85 years ago, which was disgusting, by the way. I would never endorse that. I think it's totally evil. But at the same time, there's like no coverage of something very similar that's going on. A country that wants to expand its borders, its territory, wants to steal other people's land, and is murdering entire populations to do it. Sound familiar? We were told growing up in this country that the Second World War had lots of very obvious lessons. One, you can't dehumanize people based on their race. Two, you can't allow a country to just decide it wants to steal its neighboring countries just because it wants elbow room. That's totally immoral. And three, that countries can go crazy, and that an technologically advanced country with high education levels and lots of decent people can fall into this kind of mania where they go along with crimes, with war crimes, with genocide. Those were the lessons that I was taught, and I agreed with them then, and I agree with them now. And now we're watching it. We're watching Israel do this, and the United States pay for it. And we're all like, no, that's not happening. Well, it certainly is happening. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's the opposite. It's provably true. Go there. How about satellite images? How about just watch what the Israelis say that they're doing? And we're not even metabolizing this. It's like the words come and then they just go right past us. And it's like, there are massive consequences for this. And you have to ask, well, countries like, why Lebanon? Now I understand Hezbollah is there, even after the pager attacks and killing Nasrallah and all that stuff. Hezbollah's good, fine. I get it. I don't like Hezbollah. I understand why I'm not endorsing Hezbollah. But like, what they're doing to Lebanon is much more than strikes against Hezbollah, obviously. They've like leveled it south of the Litani River and parts of Beirut. So you tell me what that is. Well, it's, I have to say, I'm just going to say it. The fact that Lebanon is the only country in the region that has a Christian president and a Christian head of the military, you'd think would give it some immunity because Israel is supported in the United States primarily by Christians. But they're okay with this, I guess. I find it extremely upsetting and scary that this could happen, and everyone just ignores it. And the last thing I'll say, because I'm so mad I can't stop talking, the peace deal, the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, that this administration signed with Iran last month, the first paragraph of the MOU said, cease hostilities in Lebanon. And Israel, I don't think they waited 48 hours before violating that. So from my perspective as an American, a proud, patriotic American, why in the world would we allow that? Since Israel could not do this on their own. If we withdrew military support from Israel tomorrow and stopped targeting their weapons systems, which we do, we provide the targeting, Israel would be in serious trouble, would have a choice between using nuclear weapons or getting eliminated because it has so many enemies. So we have maximum leverage over Israel. Why do we allow this? Because our political system is totally
hijacked,
dysfunctional. Yeah, that's why.
What are you doing next Friday?
I don't have plans.
Well, this has to stay between us.
Okay.
I'm serious. Like, Tanner cannot find out.
Okay, I get it.
Next Friday, I was thinking, you come over, sneak through the back door, bring a bottle of wine or champagne, because I'm planning a surprise birthday party for Tanner.
Tanner?
Oh.
I heard.
Well, the CIA has a well-earned reputation for dishonesty. Of course, the agency lies for a living. That's what they do. So why would you listen to former CIA officers to hear the truth? Well, you wouldn't. Except if the CIA officer in question had gone to prison for telling the truth. People willing to suffer for telling the truth are the ones you listen to. And no CIA officer in recent memory has spent more time in prison for telling the truth than John Kiriakou, our friend. Well, he has written a brand new book on what he learned serving for so long as an operations officer at CIA, and it's called The Ultimate Guide to CIA Skills, Tactics, and Techniques. And it's a fascinating read. We are proud to be selling it right now on TuckerCarlsonBooks.com. Here is part of our conversation with John Kiriakou. John, thank you so much for doing this, and congratulations on the book, which is absolutely awesome. Thank you. I'm looking at a copy right now. So I can ask you a million questions. I'm just going to ask you one, and it's about deception. So the business, to some extent, of intelligence is deception. It's being deceptive, but it's also detecting deception in others, which is a really important skill, I think. How have you been trained to tell when other people are lying?
Well, there are a couple of different levels of training. For those of us who are just going out into the field as operations officers or case officers, you're given some basic training in how to read body language. You know, when you ask someone a question and he looks up, for example, into the air as if he's trying to picture what it is that you're asking, that's usually okay. If he looks down, for example, that's supposed to be alerting to you that perhaps he's coming up with a lie. And sometimes I catch myself doing things like that. I actually do tend to look up into the air as if I'm, working out a formula or something. But then...
Wait, can I just ask you to pause? So if someone looks up, he's likely telling the truth. If he looks down, he's likely lying?
It's crazy, right?
No, it's interesting.
I can tell you
it's one of these odd telegraphed behaviors that are just built into us. Unless somebody is suffering from, let's say, autism, you have to watch the eyes, because the eyes, if a person averts his eyes unnecessarily or regularly looking away constantly, that's usually a sign of deception as well. Now, if you're going into the office of security, you're going to be a polygrapher, you're going to be an investigator, something like that. You get all kinds of training that lasts the better part of a year in how to detect deception. And if I could, Tucker, I wanted to add one thing. One of the ongoing problems at the CIA is that you're trained to lie all the time.
Yes.
You're living a lie in most cases, but a lot of guys just can't turn it off. So I had this boss who acknowledged to me one time as a junior officer that we all lie. We're trained to lie. You lie every day, all day. But some guys don't know how to turn it off or when to turn it off. One of the things that this boss told me was, I want you to lie all day. That's the nature of the job. But don't ever lie to security, finance, or medical, because they're the ones who can ruin your life or send you to prison. And I also don't want you ever to lie to me. And that always stuck in my mind that yes, we lie all day long in that job. And when you're serving overseas, your job is to break the laws of that country, which of course involves lying. But you really do have to turn it off. And then, it's no wonder that so many people at the CIA are married 3, 4, 5 times.
Exactly. I was just thinking that exact thing. I mean, how easy is it to turn off? If you're living undercover during the day, it's a pretty short step to having a mistress, no?
Oh my gosh, yes. I worked for a deputy director, Tucker, who had been married 5 times, and every single one of his 5 wives had begun as his secretary. And this is a guy who made it right up to the top, but he couldn't turn it off. You lie to people all day long, and then you go home and you lie to your wife.
So when that guy, your supervisor, married 5 of his secretaries, when he advertised for a new executive assistant, they know that a marriage was part of the deal?
Here's how sick the culture can be sometimes. Because the answer is yes, they knew. But they also saw this as a way to get ahead. There was one woman in particular, and I'm sorry to get a little, far afield. There was one woman in particular who was a member of the Senior Intelligence Service, which is a very big deal. You belong when you get promoted above GS-15 and you enter the Senior Intelligence Service, you belong to the entire intelligence community. So you can go to the White House, you can go to state, you can go to DOD, all over the place. She had begun as his secretary, and as soon as she married him, she began getting promoted, and then as part of the deal that she struck with him so he could marry the new secretary, she was promoted into the Senior Intelligence Service.
Well, I mean, from a theological, religious, human point of view, that's all pretty evil. I mean, right. So on a basic level, it's rotten. Exactly. That's got to affect the behavior of the entire organization after a while.
Oh my gosh, yes. I can't tell you how many times, starting around the GS-13 level, people would complain to me quietly, sotto voce, that they had been passed over for promotion, not because they hadn't met all the criteria for being promoted, but because they weren't sleeping with one of the people on the promotion path.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
We used to have this joke at the CIA, Tucker, that when you go into a conference room for a briefing, never touch the table because you don't know who was having sex on it last night.
So basically the CIA is just like Hollywood with guns. The same moral
that's a really great way to say it. Hollywood with guns. I'll tell you what I did. And this is how I chose to live my life from the beginning of my career. My first wife was a ballet teacher. She had nothing whatsoever to do with the CIA. And so I would spend the day, guns drawn, bulletproof vests, making high threat pitches. And I would go home and she'd say, "How was your day?" And I'd say, "Great. What'd you do?" "Nothing." "See anybody?" "Nope."
Exactly.
And why lie? That is a lie, but why go into the whole thing about, listen, the meeting that I have tonight, it's going to be an important meeting, so I'm going to have to be out all night long. Come on, that's ridiculous. That you have to be honest about.
It's interesting if you take 3 steps back that you're describing a culture that is based on lying, that abets lying, that really is just itself a lie, and you thrived in that culture. It was when you told the truth that they sent you to prison. I assume that's occurred to you.
Yes, it has, and it actually stings, to tell you the truth. Because you and I have had this conversation a number of times. I devoted my life to the CIA. I got divorced because of the CIA, because I chose that life over my ex-wife wanted me to move back to Ohio and sell insurance with her cousin. And I said, I would rather cut my throat than move to Ohio and sell insurance with your cousin. So, yeah, I chose the CIA over my first wife. I believed that, you know, this was God's work. I was working hard to keep the country safe and to protect Americans and to disrupt terrorist attacks and infiltrate terrorist groups. And, you know, at the end of the day, I realized that it was really every man for himself, and everybody was lying.
And not just lying, but actively punishing those who decide not to lie. I mean, that's kind of the crux of it. It's like, it's one thing to, you know, tell transactional lies because you think you're serving a greater good, but to hunt down and imprison truth tellers is active evil. I mean, there's a difference, I think.
It really is, and it's not just me. This happens every couple of years at the CIA. There was a very brave operations officer named Jeffrey Sterling, for example, and Jeffrey just happened to be African American, but he had a law degree from a terrific school, and he spoke fluent Farsi. Went through all of the training, certified, at or near the top of his class and everything, and they assigned him to a station in the Middle East. And then after all of his household effects were shipped out, they said, oh, listen, Jeffrey, we decided not to send you to the Middle East. We're going to send you to Europe instead. And he said, why? All my stuff is gone. And they said, well, we were thinking it would just look weird for a big black guy to be speaking Farsi. And Jeffrey said, when did you realize I was black?
Racist.
So
it's okay for them to do it, but not us.
Racial discrimination lawsuit against the agency. If you're working on Iran and you speak Farsi and you're not allowed to be assigned to the Middle East because you happen to be black, well, that's a violation of the law. And so he filed this lawsuit. James Risen at the New York Times wrote about the lawsuit, and Jeffrey and Risen would speak occasionally about the lawsuit. Interestingly enough, they had 50 calls over the course of a year. None of the calls was longer than 2 minutes. And so later on, Risen came out with a book called Bush at War. And there was a chapter in there about a failed nuclear program. Immediately they arrested Jeffrey, and they charged him with 9 felonies, including 7 counts of espionage. They said he was speaking to Risen 50 times over the course of a year. The entire case was based on metadata. That's it. No witnesses, no recordings, no proof, no nothing. Even the judge, a hanging judge, my judge, Leonie Brinkema in the Eastern District of Virginia, Jeffrey was convicted on all counts, and she gave him 3 years. Damn. On 7 counts of espionage, 3 years, because even the judge didn't believe he had done anything wrong. But the CIA does this to its truth tellers. It destroys them.
May I ask you, this is far exceeding that.
I personally am a very heavy user of SimilarWeb. It feels like whenever I go into meetings with clients, I have an advantage.
I'm limited, but I can't resist, and editors can take this out if they want.
All right, we're gonna stop there.
I know someone who serves in CIA currently.